Yeah.
Hang on, it's starting to get weird, says the guy that made me interview him in his pants.
You got it. Pants. That was the weird way. I got my pants.
That's true, I chickened out. Look, we're with Arnold Allen, you know. We haven't spoke to you in a little while, and we certainly didn't get to catch up with you before your UFC debut, which came at short notice. If I recall correctly, and I'm nervous because I'm standing right next to you, the first 2 rounds weren't going quite as...
I don't know about the first round. I thought I took the first one.
Yeah?
Let's have that. Yeah, come on.
Okay, it was a tight fight, but the third round didn't make it look like a tight fight.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I had a very nervy performance, and I fought like shit. So if I'm being honest, I fought like shit. I'm not going to make excuses about short notice or that, because I've done other interviews where I said I'm always ready. So.
But you know, you say you fought like shit, but you know, surely it's got to be a fairly comforting thing to know that perhaps, although you don't give the performance that you want, you still got the result and the finish on top of it.
Yeah, of course, that's always a great feeling. You know? It's you get to learn from your mistakes and get the win still. So that's great.
Once your hand was raised, they made that announcement, and I believe you got a performance bonus as well.
Yeah.
You know, I teased you about, you know, when you got it, teach you about how you spent it and blah 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 blah. But in all seriousness, that's a life-changing amount of money for a guy that's not been pro too long.
Yeah.
Have you invested in terms of putting it away? Have you invested it in your future in terms of training and?
Yeah, I've invested in my training. You know, like flying to Tristar and staying over there, like paying coaches and all sorts of stuff. I bought a car so I can get the training. Not a nice car, just something cheap that'll do the miles. You know, that's going to get me up and down the country. So yeah, I've just invested in myself in my future. So
you know, we caught up with you. I think the first time we saw you was your second fight at UCMMA, and you know, we caught up with you after that, and we've sort of followed you pretty closely since. Did you ever, you know, back then when you landed that straight left in that second UCMMA fight, one of the sweetest punches I've ever seen, but you know, back then, did you think you'd be here now, or is this quicker than you thought it would be? Like, where does it fit?
I wrote it down, like, I want to be in the UFC, but I'm 21, and I wrote it down when I was 18, so it was all part of the plan. And I know I've only had one fight this year, and it looks like I'm only going to have one fight. I also have an undefeated year this year, so it looks like that's going to work.
2-0.
And win a bonus.
So 3-0. It doesn't get any better than
exactly. I'll have to throw that one away. We're all good in that one.
Obviously, a bit of an injury to the hand after the fight, and you've taken a bit of time off.
I've just got to baby it a little bit now, like wrap my hands a little bit better, you know, pad it up. So it should be good to fight.
Well, I know you guys are really good at keeping your cards close to your chest and never giving anything away, but give us a little snap. You know, London's not...
it seems the obvious choice, you know, it's got to be. It's got to be. I'd like to, so.
That was when, you know, how much would it mean to you to be able to fight in the UK, in the UFC?
Yeah. That'd be a dream come true as well, you know, like I've always wanted to fight on the UFC in London. So my first UFC was Luke Barnett at the O2, so that was an amazing experience, and I'd like to be able to do that myself, so that'd be great.
You know what question's coming. It's the one that fighters don't like to answer, but you know, obviously I don't think you haven't inked a contract yet in terms of a fight in. I'm not asking to call anybody out. I know that's not, but so where do you see yourself in the mix, and who makes for an interesting opponent for you? Maybe not this fight. Who do you like in the division?
I don't know. I really don't know. There's just so many people. I watch. Like, I'm a fan of the sport as well as a fighter, but you know, I watch them like that'd be a good fight. That's a hard fight. That's a good fight. You know, but I watch it, and then I'm a fan. I'm not like that put me. I'm in the position where it makes no sense for any fight. I've just got to win the fights in my contract. You know, keep plodding along, and then I'll get the position. I want a top 10 guy. I want a top 20 or something like that. You know,
One of the things I always look forward to, you know, in the Cage Warriors days and stuff, interviewing you, is the fact that you know, it would be with a snorkel and a pair of nunchucks one day. Where's the fancy dress? Is that a conscious? Do you have to play things now because you're with the UFC? Do you have to be just that little more serious, or are we still going to see Arnold Allen, the lovable rogue?
I'll keep it real. You know, I'm still driving it. Well, I say I'm still driving a croc car. I scrapped the croc car because it stopped working. I took it off road.
What do you got now? It's a smart car, isn't it? A Kia?
It's 206, but it's like a Rolls Royce. It's like a Rolls Royce of 206. It's got leather seats.
Is yours automatic?
No,
Oh.
it's a Roland Garros limited edition, cream and suede leather seats, and then Roland Garros in the headrest,
Yeah.
and a panoramic ceiling. So, like, you know what I mean? If I had a girl in the back, she'd think she's in a Rolls Royce, but if she was on the outside, she'd be like, "What the fuck is this guy? This guy in the."
You haven't made it like a TARDIS inside where it seems bigger on the inside.
So what I kind of have to do is blindfold them until they get in the car. Because when they're in the car, they think, this guy's balling. When they're walking to the car, they're like, he didn't win no bonus. Where's his money?
What'd you do with that 50 grand?
Where's that money gone? What, 206? Like, yeah.
You know, I'll wrap it up. We're here at BCMMA, and I know you know a big part of BKK Fighters and Jack Stone Mason, and you know you must come to a lot of these, but you know it's our first time here, and it seems that they treat the amateurs. There's a few promotions out there, but BCMMA seems to put a lot of stock in the amateurs and progression of the future. How, you know, looking at the path that you've taken to get to where you are in your career, it looks like things like the UK MMAF and the IMMAF and, you know, like the amateur worlds and the Europeans. Is that just, is this a good thing for the sport, or is it, should we go old school and kind of get our fights and work our way in like you did?
I think you need a federation, you know, like they definitely need something like that. You need a commission. I remember I've had 7 amateur fights, and I think I fought 7. It was like 5 or 6 different rule sets. You know, I turn up 4-ounce gloves, we're fighting knees to the head, and it's like, okay, that's basically a pro fight without elbows. It's fighting on UCMMA. That's like, okay. But then you turn up to another one, and it's like no headshots. You're like, what is this? You know, you need a commission. There needs to be something. You know, and it's good that there is something now. The UK MMAF, it's definitely needed. Definitely.
I keep saying last question, then I lie, but no, obviously you went out to Tristar, and a few of those teammates have got some big fights coming up. Give me a pick on Breeze versus Pendred, and give me a pick on Duffy and Poirier, if you don't mind.
Yeah, you know, Tom Breeze is he's I can't see him lose that fight. I can't see a way he lose that fight. He's you know, he's an all-rounder. He's got some slick jiu-jitsu and he's got some great boxing. So I'm looking forward to that one. And we all know Duffy, ex-pro boxer. He's training very hard, and I'm pretty sure he's going to come out with his hand raised. So it's going to be an exciting fight as well.
I promise this is it. After you're done, you know,
all day.
You and Tristar, you're going to keep that relationship?
Yeah, I'm going back, and I really enjoyed my time out there, you know, and some great stuff for the coaches. Like Eric O'Keefe was very helpful when I was out there, you know.
Seems a lot of the Brits speak very highly of her. I know Tom speaks very highly of her. What does he bring to the table?
He cooked me like the best steak I've ever had.
That's all you want from a good coach, isn't it?
No, some great advice. He gave me some solid advice, and just sort of helped me keep my cool when I was out there. You know, like, you get a bit nervous. You're sort of training with those big names and stuff, and you sort of got jitters trying to impress everyone, you know. I
won't tell anybody. How many times did you tap out St. Pierre?
You know, he was.
It's all hype, isn't it? It's all. Look, Arnold, it's always a pleasure catching up with you. I got to say, February doesn't seem like it can come quickly enough, exactly. But we look forward to seeing you fight again.